Om Bhadram Karnevi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhir Yajatra Sthirai Rangai Stuštavansas Tanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad of the Atharvaveda, and we have studied the prayer, Mangalacharana or Shanti Path, whatever we call it. And after that we have studied Shankaracharya's two prayers, which was only unique in this Upanishad. And then we have studied a little about Shankara's introductory commentary also. Let us revise that and then proceed. In the introductory commentary, two things Shankara said. One thing is that he considers this as Prakarana Chatushtaya. Prakarana is that which deals with one side of the subject. And like these four prakaranas are there, and they are together revealing something. So Shankar does not treat this as Upanishad with Gautapada's Karikas, but Upanishad with Gautapada's Karikas including Upanishad. That is how Shankar takes it. And Gautapada's Karikas are four different prakaranas, but together, prakarana chatushtaya. And we saw that because they are Vedanta prakaranas, so normally people say we need not discuss the Anubandha chatushtaya because it is the Vedanta Anubandha chatushtaya same. But he says, if we are explaining a prakarana, we must restate that in brief. And here we understand that it is not simply a restatement. What he is telling us is that as per the nature of the book, we should restate that. And so he says that, and surprisingly, he does not include the Adhikari here at all. So we have separately dealt with that Adhikari first two lectures. So we have to take that into consideration. And I told you that Mandukya Upaniṣad has special Adhikari, not the routine Vedantic Adhikari. The routine Vedantic Adhikari is assumed. But in addition, a man, unless he is absolutely unselfish, can never understand Mandukya Upaniṣad. And second point, unless he has very intense vairagya, he cannot understand Mandukya Upaniṣad. So these two are additional points. And then he says that the Upanishad is revealing the means for realization of the goal of life. So that is he says this has given us all the three. Prayojan, he will discuss separately. Vishay is the means for the realization of the Prayojan. And because the book reveals that, so it has an indirect connection with the goal of life. And then he says, what is the goal of life? A man is normally healthy, but he is affected with some disease. And if the disease is removed, he regains his normal health. That is putting it according to the book. Because it is assumed in the Upanishads that man is nothing but a form of Brahman. But because he is affected by the disease called Bhavaroga, he takes himself to be real, the world to be real. So unless that is removed, we will not get our real nature. Though it is our real nature, we didn't get it. So removing that, we will get our real nature. That is how he says. And he says this Dvaita Prapancha. Prapancha means variety, manifold, and all the manifold he defines as Dvaita. That means the first abstraction is subject-object consciousness. This is the only thing called Dvaita. And that Dvaita has Prapancha. Objects are various, subjects are various. And this is due to avidya, which is wrong knowledge. And so, it is only the cultivation of the right knowledge which will remove this. And this he shows through different Upanishads. And then he states what is the subject matter of the 4 prakaranas. He has told us that the first prakarana deals with analytical finding out the meaning of Om. And if you are able to analytically find out the meaning of Om, that itself is the means of realization of Brahman. So that is the first prakarana. But there are obstructions. Our present experience is subject-object experience. So that proves a big obstruction. How can this be untrue, which is we directly perceive? So the second prakarana will tell us that we experience is no criteria that it is true. We experience, but it is, though we experience, it is false. By reason, it is shown in the second prakarana. Now, reason is a very peculiar weapon. If we leave it free, it has to end in nihilism and nothing else. So, Advaita also is wrong. If we leave reason free, it will tell us that Advaita also is wrong. But that reason has no basis. And so we saw on the last occasion that a new scheme of things is made. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. So our only means of knowledge is Shruti. And then reason of another type is used. And this reason only has to support Shruti, has to be according to the Shruti. And if we reason according to the Shruti, we will understand that Advaita is true. So we must understand that language. Last time we saw that. Because reason, he has said that independent reason is of no use. Independent reason will lead to nihilism. And we discussed it in great detail, that reason has the capacity to disprove anything which is wrong. But reason has no legs to go to reality at all. So a different reason which only makes us understand what the Shruti is telling. So what is the exact meaning of the Advaita told by the Shruti, that reason he uses for the third prakarana. Then another problem comes, that what you say appeals to us. But what about the great scholars? Are they all wrong? What you say is true, though we are convinced. But this becomes a big obstruction. The opinion of scholars throws us out of balance. And so he says that in the last prakarana, it is shown that they oppose each other, and by their reason itself, they are contradicted. By one philosophy's reason will tell us the other philosophy is wrong. That will tell us this is wrong. And as Vivekananda has said, reason of any philosophy, if pushed to the logical end, will itself tell us that it is wrong. So for that, the fourth prakarana is there. Up to this we saw. Now we come to the introduction to the first prakarana, or first mantra as you like to call it. Now here in the Hindi book, though all introduction is given in continuation, but we have seen that in the Nikhilanji's translation, it is totally separated. And Agama Prakarana, there, introductory remarks by Shankar. So that is what we are going to read. And that is very, very deep, very deep. Tatra Tavad, no, that we read. Katham Puna Onkara Nirnaya Atmatattva Pratipatti Upayatvam Pratipaddate iti Uchyate. How? The analytically finding out the meaning of Om itself is the means of realization of the nature of ātman will be told. And will be told by Shrutis. Om iti etat Kathopanishad 1-15. So we have to, these are mantra pratikas. So we must go to that context. There, Yama Nachiketa Samvad is there. And Yama has tested Nachiketa like anything and is starting to tell about ātman. And the first mantra which he tells, Tam Durdarsham Gudam Anupravishtam Guhayitam, there Nachiketa understands one thing, that it is in his own language. Anyad yat kruta krutat, anyatra bhutat bhavyat cha, yattat pashyasi tad vada. Two things he understands. Three you may say. One is that it is absolutely transcendent. Second is, I am standing here. So how can I get it? But third thing which he clearly perceives is that this fellow has seen. Yattat pashyasi tad vada. So please instruct me. Yama understands that Nachiketa wants a ladder. He thinks that is there. I am here. And so that mantra comes. In the 3-4 lines, he states about Brahman itself. Yadi chanto brahmacharyam charanti, sarve veda yat padama mananti, tapansi sarvani chayat vadanti, tadeva vakshami om iti tat. Understood? That means that Brahman which is absolutely transcendent, and every effort in life is to realize that itself I am telling it is Om. What is the meaning? Om is the ladder. What is Brahman is Om. Now, the meaning is that if you go on chanting Brahma, 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 you are not going to get it. But if you chant Om and meditate on it, as Patanjali has said, Tajjapastadartha Bhavanam, then you will surely reach Brahman. That is the meaning of that sentence. So how the meaning of Om leads to Brahman? Like this. Om is a sound, gross sound, which is available to man where he is. But it leads a man to subtlest truth, which is Brahman. So that is Om iti etat. You understand this now? So this is the first evidence that Om itself will give us Brahman. Now from the same Upanishad, second mantra after that, etadalambanam shreshtham etadalambanam param etadalambanam jnatva yo yadichati tasya tat. So Om is given as a alamban. When an infant tries to walk, a three-legged something is kept before him, toy. And when he pushes it, he walks. So that is called alamban. So Om in the first mantra, Om is Brahman. In the second mantra, Om is the alamban for Brahma. Alamban means, I just told you, a word cannot have meaning. So I told you the three-legged, you have seen that? That is alamban. Some support with the help of which you can walk. You can go towards Brahman. Okay? Then Prashna Upanishad. Prashna Upanishad we have read here itself. That question is asked that often we see people till death go on chanting and meditating on Om. So what does Om give is the question. And the Guru replies, Om is both Sagun Brahman and Nirgun Brahma. According to the mental capacity or constitution, you will get one of them by Om. So, Etadvai Satyakama. Satyakama is the questioner and people as the answerer. He says, it is this Om which will give you any of the two. So that is how Om is giving us. Om iti ātmanam yunjita Maitri Upanishad. Similar is in Mandukya Upanishad also. So Om is a means to meditate on Brahman. If you meditate with the help of Om, you will get Brahman. That is Prashna Upanishad, Maitri Upanishad. Om iti Brahma, Taitri Upanishad. In the first Valli, that Vyarutis were taught. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa we know as Vyarutis. Then Mahachamasya told us, Ma also is Vyaruti. Then Bhu means this, Bhuva means this. So in one place he said that Ma is Om is Brahman. So Om is Brahman has been told there also. Omkara eva idam sarvam Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Now this is more important. This is similar to what we are going to study now. Om iti Omkara eva idam sarvam. What we are going to study is Om iti aksharam idam sarvam. Now this we shall deal as if we are dealing with the text itself. Almost same. Idam sarvam. This very important thing I am telling, which will appear offbeat, because the traditionals never talk in this way. Idam is generally taken as the world which you experience. So we accept the world. The real meaning of idam is our experience of the world, not the world. We doubt whether the world exists even or not. So what is our experience of the world? I see you. He eats a mango. She does this. This Triputi is our experience of Brahman, not objects. We don't want to make the mistake which science makes or Sankhya makes. How to accept the world as an object? But we are sure of our experience. Vedanta is called the critic of experience, I told you once. You understand this point? Now this Triputi, I see you. You have to analyze now. This is Om only. Now what is Om? Shankar is explaining in the commentary itself. After this, because for this only he is explaining. So let us follow Shankar here. Rajvadiriva sarpade vikalpasya aspado advaya atma paramartha san pranadi vikalpasya aspado yatha. First clause. In these two clauses are there. Iva. In Sanskrit they put anything anywhere. So what is the main clause? Advaya atma paramartha san. Atman, which is non-dual, is the ultimate reality. And it is the pranadi vikalpasya aspado. Pranadi, in the cosmic sense, Hiranyagarbha and all of this. In the individual sense, our Muktikā prana. And then Adi means everything, Indriyas, everything. So there are vikalpa. Vikalpa means things seen in place of Brahman. That is the meaning of the word vikalpa. Now, what is the aspada? Aspada means basis, Adhar. Their Adhar is Atman, which is Paramartha. Atman, which is the ultimate reality, being the ultimate reality, Paramartha San, is the aspada of Pranadi Vikalpa as example. Now first clause we are taking. Rajvadi iva Rajvadi Sarpadi Vikalpasya aspado. Rajvadi. One example let us take. Raju, Sarpa, Adi Vikalpa. What is Sarpa Adi Vikalpa? Rope is sometimes seen as snake, sometimes as a line of water, sometimes a crack in the earth. So all these are Vikalpas. And what is the substratum? Rope. Okay. Now Raju Adi. So some other example, like the desert, that sand is the support, aspada, of water which appears there. Like that, Atman, which is the ultimate reality, is the aspada of pranadi vikalpa. Like that means what? They are unreal. Sarpa is unreal. So, like that means pranadi vikalpas are unreal. Atman, which is the ultimate reality, is the ground of their appearance. Understood? This is only one clause, one thing. Tatha. Secondly, Sarvo api vak prapanchaha. Vak prapancha. Prapancha means manifold. All the vak. Sarvo api. Pranadi atma vikalpa vishaya. What does this vak do? Let me explain in another way little. In Prashna Upanishad time we had dealt with this. Now this is a subject dealt with in brief in Vedanta, but dwelt in a great detail by the Tantrikas. Every sound which we produce has a corresponding meaning. Every idea or object in the world has a sound symbol. Both things. Understood? Now, what are the different sounds? Vak prapancha. The original sound is a. Jocularly, I have told many times, don't take the Bengali O. Without giving any shape to the mouth, without doing anything, let the sound that it comes from the sound box, let it come out. So that is A. So A is flooding throughout all the sounds. We modify that A by giving a shape to the mouth and by touching it somewhere. Ka, touch. Bengalis follow this touching name very much, but not use it. Murdanya Dantya. Now, touch. In Prashna Upanishad, Shankara had explained that. Touch, then hard touch or soft touch, Mahaprana or Alpaprana, and nasal. So these 5 types of touch and places of touch. And then some are semi-touch, whistling sounds. Okay. And then shape of the mouth, swaras. So everything has a meaning. For example, we always take that example because it is known to us. Sri Ramakrishna, when he sprinkled water around him sitting for puja, Ram iti jaladharaya agni prakaram chintayet. So he thought that it is Agni and he saw Agni there. Because Ram is the sound meaning Agni. And our knowledge, Ka is water, Kha is Akasha. So every sound has a corresponding meaning. Now Pranadi Vikalpa Vishaya. So include Prana and every object of the world has some sound. Now we want the totality of all objects of the world. So the sound should touch every place in the sound box. And it should also represent all the swaras. So that is the rolling sound. Ooh. Appears strange, but we have discussed this. Ka, kha, all the sounds and swaras are included in the sound oo. So what is the meaning of oo? The totality of the variety of objects of this world, gross and subtle. Now the sound process ends when we close our lips. So a, u and is om. So sarvopi vak prapancha pranadi atma vikalpa vishaya. What is their objects? Pranadi atma vikalpa onkar eva. So onkar is all the different sounds which have for their objects pranadi vikalpa. Okay. So go back now. Pranadi vikalpasya aspada atma and om. Then what is the meaning of om? Atma. Understood now? Such atma swarupam eva. Om is the very nature of Atman. Tad abhidayakatvat. Because it is the name. Abhidan, abhide in Vedanta means nam and nami. So because Om is the name, we have seen up till now. So Om means Atma. Onkara vikara shabda abhideyascha sarvaha. So Onkara vikar, the Vani Prapancha. Shabda abhideya. Abhideya means that which is represented by the sound. Sarva Pranadir Atma Vikalpo. So all the Vikalpas of Atma, Pran, starting from Pran, Abhidhana Vetirekena Nasti. You understand this point? So they are nothing but that sound. And this itself is explained in Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadheyam. Namadheyam means Nama Matram. Vacharambanam Vikaro. We produce some sound, a vikar of Vani. Muktikā ityeva satyam. Pot, jar, etc. are nothing but Vani vikar, vikar of clay. So clay is true, relatively. So that is what Māṇḍūkya told us. So all that we see, what is the meaning finally? Meaning is that all our experience, including I see you, is not real, as the example was given, Sarpadi. Is not real. It appears real because there is a reality at the back, and that reality's name is Om. So, this is, if we know analytically the nature of Om, we shall realize the reality. That is what was stated. Now, one more point will come here later on. So, this is the first prakarana. Understood? So, he will explain very clearly how Om is to be analytically understood. But he has indicated through all the Upanishads and explained it in his commentary. Tadasaidam vacha tantya namabhir damani sarvam sitam. Other than that, Muktikā ityeva satyam. Now, this is an example. Some wood, firewood or whatever, is scattered. Now, suppose we collect and tie it with a rope, then it becomes one unit in our mind. It gets some reality. So, tasya tad asya idam. Tad asya idam. Vacha tantya. Vani is like a thread. Namabhir, damabhir. Names are ropes. One is the thread. Combination of one is the name. That is a rope. Sarvam sitam. Everything is tied in bundles. That is the another example. Because of names, the thing appear real other than Brahman. We have seen that. That why thing appears real? Because there is Brahman at the back. But why a thing appears real other than Brahman is because of the name. Sarvam hi idam namani. Another quotation from another Shruti. All this is tied by names. So in this way, he has explained that how determination, analytical determination of the meaning of Om will give us the knowledge of reality, Atma. Now we read the first mantra. Understood? This is clear? Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. Tasya upavyakhyanam. Bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi. Sarvam onkara eva. Yaccha anyat trikalatitam. Tadapi onkara eva. So this mantra has several parts. Om iti. Iti means quotation mark. At the end, iti. In the beginning, nothing. That is the old Sanskrit style, when these punctuation marks were not there. So Om iti means Om this. Now Om can be, people draw Om, na? You have seen. That is Om as Pratik. There was a Swami in our order. His paperweight, this, that, everything had Om. So not that figure as Om. Because that figure is different in different scripts. We have seen in our Swamiji's temple, Bengali Om. Others like this, like this. So not that, but the syllable Om. Om iti etad aksharam. Aksharam means the sound. In English we say syllable. So Om, that syllable. Not Om as written. Clear? Etad aksharam. Idam sarvam. So we have discussed idam sarvam. Whatever is our experience, all that is this Om. So what is the meaning? We have seen up till now. All things of our experience, including the experiencer, is unreal, like the Sarpadi Vikalpa, appears real because there is a reality at the back, and appears to be separately real because of the names given, and names are nothing but combination of sounds, and the total combination of all sounds is Om. That is the meaning of Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. Idam sarvam is unreal, appears to be real because of ātman at the back, appears to be separately real because the names are given, and so Om is the meaning of Om is the basis of the totality of objects of this world which are unreal. This much is the meaning. Now, what is the next part of the mantra? In the Hindi translation is wrong. Order of clause is wrong. Now, take practical experience. I remember my experience. In Chennai, I was the warden. All boys are standing. I'll say, all of you come here. Nobody will come. All, you come, you come, you come. Now, if I say only you come, you come, you come, only 3 boys will come. All of you come, you come, you come, you come. Now all boys will come. You understand this point? So, tasya upavyakhyanam. And this is half sentence. 2 verbs require after that. Tasya upavyakhyanam kartavyam prastutam. One has to explain it from near, explain it in detail. And here it follows, both meanings. Tasya upavyakhyanam. So first important point is, inner detail has to be given. Only saying Om is all this, in our mind, you know, if you see people, everything is unreal, yes, but my wife is real. Everything is unreal, but money is real. Everything is unreal, yes, but 50 years back he had abused me. That is real. So these things do not leave us, psychology. And so the inner details must be told. And some of them are here. What is some of them? Bhutam bhavat bhavishyad iti sarvam onkara eva. Just now I told you. Bhutam. Oh, he abused me. That memory does not go. No, one do not understand that at that time it was present. It was unreal. So the memory of unreal thing is there. So the mantra is telling that our experiences of past also are unreal. That is a part of the Upavyakhyan. Bhavat. For that whole Vaitratya Prakarana will come for this Bhavat. Our present experience. We experience, how do you say unreal? So he said this also included. Om iti. What happens when we say everything unreal? We understand. We do not understand the inner points. So when it comes to detail, then, and so he's stating that the Upavyakhyanam has to be done, and we are doing it. Bhutam, Bhavat means present. Maybe our experience, but it is not real. It is not real. It appears real because of the reality at the back. It appears separately real because some name is given to that. That is Om. The combination of names is Om. Bhavishyat. You see, people live and die for hopes, aspirations. World is unreal, but I want to become the Prime Minister. World is unreal, but in future, I will get money. You know, there is a story of Sheikh Chilli. He purchased a few pots and kept in front mud pots. And he's thinking, I will sell them, then I will get money, then I will have bigger business, then I will marry the princess, and if she does not agree, I will kick her. And he actually kicked and the pots broken. So man lives in future. So it may be future, but the experience is not different. So that is also unreal. Sarvam Omkara eva. So all that is Omkar. Now in the first, Etad Aksharam Idam Sarvam, you should also include, Shankara will tell in the Bhashya, that Atman, the very name is Om. So Om means Atman also, and Om means Idam Sarvam also. Yacha Anyat Trikalatitam. Now he has shown in 3 parts of time. But Ishvara's Maya Shakti. The world when it was unborn, that Avyakruta, the unborn world itself, becomes born afterwards. Our experience in deep sleep, but it comes back in waking and dream. So, if we imagine something beyond the divisions of time, but that is Om, that is also Om. That is not outside this. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. This is the first mantra. Let us have Shankar's commentary on it. Followed the first mantra. Because of introduction, we did not separately Om iti. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam iti. Iti means Shankar is going to comment on this. That is the meaning of iti here. Yadidam artha jatam abhideya bhutam. Artha jatam means objects or what we experience is artha. Artha jatam means totality. Abhideya bhutam means nami, the thing represented by names. Tasya abhidana avyatirekat. We have seen up till now, it is not different at all from the names given to it. Shall we discuss that point once more? You see, a child is born. That means a lump of flesh comes out of the mother's womb. And it grows. How we take it to be real? Separately. On the 12th day, in India, in America, before the birth, you have to give the name. 2 names. feminine, masculine. If he is a boy, this name. Now, when the boy is born, people will say, you are Rama, you are Rama, you are Rama. I am Rama, I am Rama, I am. This only makes him real. Nothing else. So that we had discussed previously. I am repeating here. Huh? Arthajatam abhideya bhutam tasya abhidana avyatirekat. So except for that name given, he has no reality. Reality is there, Brahman, but separately has no reality. Abhidanasya cha onkara avyatirekat. And all the names we have seen just now are Om only. Om represents the entire language. So Om means all the names. And things are nothing but names. So Onkara eva idam sarvam. That is what is meant by Onkar only is all this. Here Shankar adds, Paramcha Brahma Abhidana Abhideya Rupaya Purvakam eva gammete iti Onkara eva. Parabrahma also will be known by its name. Name and object. In that method, it's a different method. That means he is anticipating the second mantra also. Name means the world is false. What is real? At the background. Then later on he will tell that that very background is all this. So in this way only Brahman is going to be realized. So Om, negation, and then positing or illuminating all as that. That we shall deal when we come to second month. But you can take this much only. When everything is negated, Brahman only remains. So Om is the name of Brahman, ātman. Understood? Then tasya etasya parapara brahma rupasya. Here, this also we explained during Prashna Upanishad. What is apara Brahma? If the mind, we have taken Parvati's example, you remember there. The normal man, householder, generally cannot get rid of subject-object consciousness, fundamentally. So, I know Brahman. If I know Brahman, that is Saguna Brahma. Apara Brahma, lower Brahma. And when the I is lost, then that is Parabrahma. So Om will take you up to Apara Brahma or Parabrahma. That is what I explained in the Prashna Upanishad. You get that point. So, Parapara Brahma Rupasya Aksharasya Om iti etasya Upavyakhyanam. So we have to do Upavyakhyan of Om, which is the name for Parapara Brahma, and which makes other things unreal. Apara Brahma means reality is the background of the world. You have seen that. When we experience that reality, there is no world. So it is Parabrahma. So when the world is not there, how it can be background? So, Upavyakhyanam, we require a detailed analysis of this point. What? Everything else is unreal, only Brahman is real, whether it is Parabrahma or Aparabrahma, up till what a man's mind can go. Brahma Pratipatti Upayatvat, because it is the means of realizing Brahman. One thing you might have marked now, up till now, that Atma was being told in the beginning, no Brahman is told. Because Upanishad nowhere make any distinction. Brahma samipataya vispashtam prakathanam upavyakhanam. So we want to go near Brahman in our consciousness. Brahman is an object to go near. And from there, look at the world. And we'll get clearer and clearer vision of the world. So, samipataya vispashtam kathanam. This is the meaning of the word upavyakhanam. We'll have to find subsidiary details, upavyakhanam. What is subsidiary details? That which will take us nearer to Atman, or from nearer to Atman we will have a better view of the world that is necessary about Om ityada aksharamidam sarvam. Prastutam veditavyam iti vakya shesha. Shankara has added 2 verbs there to make the sentence complete. Vakya shesh. Prastutam has been provided. Veditavyam, we have to know. Understood? We added one more that has to be told and has been told. Anyway. So what are they? Bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi kalatraya parichedyam yat tadapi onkara eva ukta nyayata. Here Shankara has not explained as we have explained. Shankara only says bhuta bhavya bhavat is measurable by time. So whatever is past, present and future also is Om. Yachanya trikalatitam karyadigamyam. No, beyond 3 times. So how we know it? How we any idea of it? Because we see its results. Karyadigamyam. Karya, kala aparichedyam, not divided by time. Avyakrutadi, the unmanifested world, ityadi. Tadapi omkara eva. So we have got one side of the view of the world. One side. I am introducing the second mantra now. All the world is unreal. Brahman alone is real. If we harp upon this, the world is unreal, the world is unreal. What my Guruji told me, negative realism persists in us. Jagat mithya hai means mithya jagat hai. My father is dead means my dead father is. And that is why the traditional Vedantis quarrel whether Maya remains in Brahman or Maya remains in Atman or Maya remains. Maya is that which does not exist. Where it will remain? So, I am telling about the next mantra. So, something more will have to be told. That which we are calling the background itself appears as this world. Neti neti iti iti. Transcendent, immanent Brahman. That is the message of Mandukya Upaniṣad. So how people wrongly interpret it? Shankar might have emphasized the Nirguna Brahma, but where the truth comes, he is very clear about it. Very clear about it. That this remains incomplete knowledge. All this is unreal. Shall I tell some story? I told once. There is a beautiful English poem, We Are Seven. Remember it? No, you have not heard. You have heard? One wayfarer getting tired sits below a tree. One small child is playing there. So he asks him, Just asking, how many brothers you have? He says, we are 7 brothers. Where are they? The eldest one is in the field with my father. Number 2 went to war. He was killed there and he was buried there. Number 3, 4, both are in school. 5 died as an infant. He is buried here below this tree. 6 I am. 7 is in the lap of the mother. So the wayfarer says, then you are 5. No, we are 7. And again he narrates. Every time he asks, every time he'll say, we are 7. And he narrates. Because he is a small child, so he is telling this. But same thing is in our mind, as I told you, my dead father is. So they have not gone out of our consideration. This is called negative realism. And those people who go on harping upon world is unreal, land into this negative realism. The unreal world is very much real to them. Then what is the solution? That also I told you through an incident. There is a town in Haryana, Jind. So I had gone to one devotee's house there. And in the corner of the room, there was a tub with a plastic plant. And on that plastic plant, there was a rubber snake. And as I entered the room, the children threw that snake on my body. So for a minute, I was shattered. And then they caught that and they're laughing. So if it is a snake, it may be unreal. But when we know this rubber appear as that snake, now no fear. Understood? So that side will be told in the second mantra. Anticipatorily, I am telling all this. And Shankar will also explain like this. So understood? So today we revised what we had read up till now. And this introduction through various Upanishads Shankar took us. And then this first mantra with its Upavyakhyanam and telling about past, present and future, and also Trikalatitam. So maybe Trikalatitam, but it is also included in Omitita Daksharamidam Sarva. And then this is half truth or one side of the truth. And it lands people into negative realism. And so the second mantra will be needed. What will be the second mantra? Sarvami etat Brahma. Whatever has been told as Om, that means unreal in itself, with the background of Brahman. All this which we told as Om, all this is Brahman. Brahman itself is all this. That will complete the statement of the truth. Some more things will be necessary when we will read in the second mantra. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabhir Yajatra Sthirairangai Ansas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddha Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Rishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.